5 major pieces of content you need to have in your content library. The very first one is called storytelling. Okay, and so what is so incredible about storytelling in your content is that it's going to create that know inside of the know, like, and trust. Okay, because people say all the time, we need know, like, and trust in order to get people to buy from you, right? Well, how are people going to get to know you? Right? And I think one major way to do that, especially if you are using copy or written posts to build your audience and create content, then you need to be using. Okay, it is huge. What it does is it actually establishes a level of connection. And when someone feels connected to you, it makes them feel like they know you. So when you're sharing your story, when you're getting vulnerable, and I'm not saying like, like air your dirty laundry. That's not what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is share a piece of your world, share a piece of your story. I talk a lot about how I want to be seen and I've always felt invisible. And I know I'm not the only one out there that feels that way. And at the same time that I feel invisible, that I feel like I'm not seen, I want to be. I still aspire to have more or be more and do more and like speak on stages and all this stuff. So storytelling is a huge one. And again, like it's just as simple as it sounds. It's telling your story. Because here's the thing, if you have a product, if you have an opportunity, if you have a service, okay, a lot of people don't want to be salesy. If you show up and you have a solution to someone's problem and you really believe that in your soul, you're not going to feel salesy anymore, especially when it comes to storytelling. The key with storytelling is you almost want to dig deep into your avatar's feelings. If you have no idea what an avatar is, it is the key to what I feel like is everything. It helps you establish your niche. It helps you figure out what kind of content you're going to create. And an avatar is essentially your ideal client. It's very, very specific. And if you're not sure what your avatar is or your niche is, then I highly recommend joining the free Facebook group called Me to Reign and watching the second training called Attract Your Queendom. It's a full 2-hour masterclass all about discovering your niche and your avatar. Because here's the thing, all of these pieces of content I'm sharing with you guys today, it needs to be devoted to your avatar. It needs to be about your avatar. So I really want to make sure that's clear. So when I say I talk a lot about being invisible and not feeling seen, yes, that's part of my story, but that's also part of my avatar story. And I know I'm going to be attracting people that feel the same way as I do. I'm going to be attracting a lot of people like me and that have felt that way, right? So that is the key with storytelling, is you want to make sure that it identifies with your target market and your ideal client. And ultimately, for me, point A was feeling invisible, not feeling seen. But I've gotten to point B, which I'm more comfortable going live. I'm training people. I just spoke and it was the most amazing thing in the world, right? But what I offer is that bridge. Meaning what you offer is the bridge. So basically, point A is where your avatar is. Point B is where your avatar wants to get. And the bridge to get there is your offer. It's your product. It's the solution. Okay, when you have a solution to someone's product, you're not going to feel salesy, right? And when you tell that story, when you share that story, it's different. It becomes less about sales and more about helping. Everyone has a story. I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, I just don't know what to share. I feel weird kind of telling my story. Guys, your story is good enough. You are valuable. You have a story to share, and you went through the things that you did to help someone else. And I truly believe that. I want you to understand that your story really is interesting. It's really important, and it's really important to start sharing that. It's the know in know, like, and trust. Okay? So that is number 1. The second piece of content that you need to be posting is education. Okay, so this is a big one. This is huge. So I've seen people either have one extreme or the other. And one extreme meaning they don't do educational posts at all, or they do so many educational posts, but it's so much what am I trying to say? It's almost just too much. If you're in network marketing, it's too much about the product. Okay, and so what I mean by this is when you are educating and when you are doing like educational content, I want you to think of what people are actually searching for and what people need. And when I say people, I mean your specific avatar. Okay, so not like everyone and their mom right now. I'm talking about your specific avatar. What does he or she need right now? Okay, that is what you need to educate on. And here's the thing, that's not to say that you shouldn't, create a post about how to use my skincare or whatever, because those are needed, but I really want you to consider actually serving your audience on something that they're searching for and actually solving a problem. So instead of saying like, here's how like I wash my face, say something about like, if this is your avatar's pain point, something along the lines of, the skincare routine to use if you have acne, or the skincare routine to use if you struggle with fine lines and wrinkles. Like, it's all about kind of shifting your marketing just a little bit. So you can still share your products, but the focus is different. Okay, so if you just come on there and be like, hey, this is what I'm selling, la-di-da-di-da-da, and not focus on the problem, it's not educational, it's not serving them. So I really want to make sure that you guys understand the difference just between, that and actually serving your audience and creating really valuable educational content. So an educational content could be things like, how to get rid of acne scars, or look at this one, like the 5 pieces, oh, my mic's like all in the way, I need to move this, but the 5 pieces of content that you need to be posting. This is an educational piece, right? This is an educational topic for you guys. The thing is, I know that my specific avatar really needs this particular piece of content. The thing about educational content, and I also want to mention too, is that it establishes the trust in know, like, and trust, right? So we've got know and we've got trust now. Right? So I really, really want to put that out there. This is stuff people are going to keep coming back to you for. Like, if you are not educating your audience, why would someone come to you? How are you going to be the go-to person if you are not educating them on something? Because I know a lot of you watching this video want to be a go-to person, want to be someone that they come to you for, right? You want someone to literally come to your page and look for something and to solve their problem, right? Like, you want that. Okay, and so to do that, you have to be serving, you have to be educating. I really want to put that out there. This is also the kind of content that people are going to be like saving for later, right? This is going to be the content that, people are going to rewatch or send to their friends that need it, or tag their friends. So that is the second one. We've got storytelling and we've got education. So number 3 is authority. And this is one that I believe most people are missing, that most people do not have this kind of content. And here's the deal. You can create know, like, and trust content all day long. Like, your audience can know, like, and trust you. They can like you. They can say, oh my goodness, you're so pretty. They can say you're so inspirational, all these things, but they're still not buying from you. And I truly believe that the reason why could be because you're not showing up as an authority. Okay, so how do you actually do that? Okay, how do you show up as an authority in your industry, right? And it's basically showing people, when you show up as an authority, it's basically showing people that you need to be respected. Okay, so for example, for me, in my industry, right, like, and I've already done this. If you guys have watched this video, if you haven't, I definitely recommend going back if you're in network marketing. But basically, a topic for me to cover would be 3 mistakes I see network marketers making that all of a sudden puts me in an entirely different category of network marketers, right? It literally sends a trigger, and like, it makes someone think, at least subconsciously, that I'm an authority figure in that space, that I'm a leader in the network marketing industry because I'm talking about mistakes I'm seeing. And it's allowing others to actually respect me. Another example of authority content is like polarizing content. And what I mean by polarizing content is having a very, very strong opinion. Okay, so having a very strong opinion on a topic. So basically like sharing your beliefs and values and mission. And I will say, like, please don't get like super mean or aggressive when you're creating posts like this, But I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So for example, say like you're a fitness coach and you have a very like strong opinion on the keto diet. Like you think the keto diet is stupid, right? You think it's awful for you. You share that. Or maybe you think the keto diet is like the end all be all of everything, right? And you share that opinion. That is a polarizing opinion. For me, in my specific industry, a polarizing opinion is that I believe that network marketers need a niche. There are way more network marketers out there that say you don't need a niche. And I believe that you do. So, and I'm going to talk about that and I'm going to share that and I'm very confident in that belief. Okay. So basically you're going to show up and you're going to talk about this in confidence and as an authority figure and have a very polarizing opinion on it. And what you're going to end up doing is creating an audience and creating raving fans because of your opinion and because of your belief system and your values. Content piece number 4 is shareable. When you think of shareable, I want you to think of stuff that you have shared with people. Okay, so like actually like in Instagram there's a little arrow and you have the opportunity to share it to your story or you can share it to with your friends. Okay, like whether it be videos or quotes or whatever. Basically shareable content is something that other people in your audience is going to want to share. So again, things like quotes, graphics, tutorials, educational videos, those kinds of things, shareable, right? If you go to my Instagram, you'll see I have like quotes, I like my IGTV videos, like those for me is shareable. Right? So again, the education and shareable can be combined. I do want to like say that, like this doesn't have to be super rigid. Like you has to be like, okay, this is my shareable piece and this is my educational piece. It can be combined, but I do want to say like you need to be having shareable content because the way to get more eyes on your content is by getting in front of more people. And the way to do that is by sharing. And also I really want to put out there too that right now the algorithm is rating shares and saves higher than likes and comments. Okay, so you really want to be creating content that's going to get shared. Okay, and so how do you create content that's going to get shared? Again, it goes back to your avatar, it goes back to their niche. What do they need, right? What problem are you solving? So that is shareable content. Okay, and then last but not least, I want you to include sales. Okay, now what do I mean by this? This is not just like, here, buy my thing. This is not just like, here's a promotion. That's not what I'm saying as a sales post. Okay, that kind of post should go like in stories, right? But when it comes to your feed, I want you guys to really be thinking about how you can incorporate like inspiration, storytelling, maybe even education into your sales post. Basically, I want you guys to get creative and get out of your comfort zone a little bit instead of just posting like, here's my thing. That is the first way to feel salesy, right? Just like posting like what the deal of the day is or something like that. But I want you guys to intertwine storytelling and education in with sales and basically remember what we were talking about on content piece number 1. I was talking about point A and point B. So point A is where your avatar is, point B is where your avatar wants to be, and your product or your opportunity or your service is the bridge. Okay, that is how you create a sales post. You talk about where they were, you talk about where they want to be, and then you talk about the solution that you have. And then you create a call to action at the end saying, hey, DM me, opportunity if you want to get in on this 50% sign up promotion. Like that is how you create a really successful sales post, not, hey, it's 50% signups right now. What are their pain points, right? It's not about them buying the product. It's about them buying the solution. Okay, so if you can get out of the mindset of, oh my gosh, I need more sales, like I need them to buy this thing. And if you can get into the mindset of, I'm going to solve this person's specific problem because I have a solution. And then when you start sharing that and you start sharing your offer, your service, your product as a solution, it's totally different and you get different results and you feel way less salesy. And when you actually have conversations with people, it's not salesy either because again, it goes back to serving. When you're creating content, it's all about the service. So that is my 5 pieces of content. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.